Hi, this is Susanna from Hold It Right There Sewing Patterns. Welcome back to my video tutorial series for my sewing pattern, the Corcoran Crossbody Bag. In this video, I will guide you through the instructions for making the lining pockets. These include the lining slip pocket, pen pocket, as well as the optional zipper pocket. So let's begin. Locate the lining panels A1. Mark the top and the bottom centers of both panels with either a pen or a tiny 1/8 inch snip, and then set these panels aside for now. You will now need the lining slip pocket J pieces. Right sides together, pin or clip on all sides. Sew using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, but leave about a 4 inch opening at the bottom edge for turning right side out. Trim the seam allowances at the corners close to the stitching. Turn the pocket right side out through the bottom opening. Use a blunt pair of scissors or a chopstick like I am to push out the corners. Press the seam allowance at the opening even with the stitching. Top stitch 1/8 inch from the top edge. Center the lining slip pocket J 2.5 inches below the top edge of one of your lining A1 panels. Make sure that the interfaced pocket side is facing away from the lining. Pin in place, then sew 1/8 inch from the sides and bottom of the pocket. This will be the lining panel back. Set this aside for now. Locate the pen pocket eye pieces. Right sides together, pin or clip on the top and bottom long sides only. Sew using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Turn right side out and press. Top stitch 1/8 inch from the top edge. Pin or clip the pen pocket 3.5 inches below the top edge of the remaining lining A1 panel. And again, be sure that the interfaced pocket side is facing away from the lining. Baste the left and right sides using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sew across the bottom edge 1/8 inch from the pocket. Use a washable pen to draw a vertical line on the pocket 2 inches from the left side. Next, draw a second vertical line 1.5 inches to the right of the first line you just drew. Sew along the vertical markings to create 2 pen pockets. Reinforce with backstitching at both ends. This is the lining panel front, and you can put it aside for now. If you do not plan to include the optional zipper pocket, go on now to my next video, video 6, Final Construction. I will now walk through the instructions for the optional zipper pocket. These are found on page 14, beginning with step Z1. Locate your 9-inch zipper. Measure and mark 8 inches total for the zipper. Just as you did for the zipper for the flap, back in step 4, sew several stitches over the zipper teeth at both ends of the zipper 1/8 inch from the markings. Then cut the zipper tape where marked so that the total length of the zipper is 8 inches. Set aside the zipper for now. You will now need the optional zipper pocket facing J1. Turn wrong side up. Draw horizontal lines 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. Draw vertical lines 1 inch from the left and right sides. The center rectangle measures 1/2 inch by 7 inches and is the stitching guide for the zipper pocket window. Locate the prepared lining panel front. This is the side with the pen pocket. Place right side up. Then right sides together, pin or clip the optional zipper pocket facing J1 1/2 inch below the top edge of the lining panel. Sew around the 1/2 inch by 7 inch rectangle through all layers. Using a sharp pair of scissors, carefully cut across the center of the stitched rectangle through all layers of fabric and interfacing. Stop cutting 1/2 inch before the left and the right end. Finish with Y-shaped snips up to the corners of the stitch rectangle. You want to cut as close to the corners but not through the stitching. We're now going to push the facing from the right side of the panel through the opening. The easiest way I find to do this is to iron on all 4 sides of the facing. I'm pressing the facing toward the center, and then I can push the facing through the zipper window. I find it helpful to spray a bit of water as I'm pressing to get the zipper window as flat as possible. This step can take a little time, but the results are well worth it. Set aside the lining panel front for now. Locate the prepared 9-inch zipper from step Z1 and your optional zipper pocket J pieces. Place right side up. Pin or clip the zipper along the top edge of one optional zipper pocket piece. Be sure that the zipper pull is on the left. Sew using a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. Next, pin or clip the opposite side of the zipper along the top edge of the remaining optional zipper pocket piece. Be sure the zipper pull is on the right this time. Sew using a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the pockets away from the zipper. The zipper should be flat, and when you see the right side of the fabric, you'll see the wrong side of the zipper. And again, the wrong side of the fabric, you'll see the right side of the zipper. Keep the pockets oriented just this way for the next step. Use either double-sided tape or fabric glue for this step. Apply double-sided tape or fabric glue to the zipper tape above and below the zipper teeth. Working from the right side of the lining panel, center the zipper window over the zipper. Be sure the zipper pull is on the left. The pockets extend above and below the zipper, just as you had them in the previous step, Z6. Sew all the way around the zipper window using a 1/8 inch seam allowance. Move the zipper pull out of the way as needed while sewing. Again, be sure to keep the pockets out of the way as you're sewing. Keep them just as you had them in step Z6. Place the lining panel wrong side up. Place the pocket pieces right sides together. The bottom edges of the pocket will be uneven. Pin or clip the sides of the pocket together. You will need to move the lining panel out of the way for this step. Sew the pocket sides using a 3/8 inch seam allowance on the right and the left. Do not sew across the bottom edge. Turn the lining panel front wrong side up. Trim along the bottom edge of the pocket so that both pieces are even. Trim the seam allowances and facing close to the stitching on both sides of the pocket. You can also trim the facing above the zipper if you wish. We will leave the bottom of this optional zipper pocket open, and this gives us a way to turn the bag right side out through the zipper pocket. The lining pockets for your Corcoran Crossbody Bag are now complete. My next video will walk you through the final construction of this bag. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Happy sewing!